today on Divorce Court.
I'm here today because I have a secret to tell my husband.
Over the last 12 years, I feel like both of us have changed. Now she has her fitness thing she likes to do, and I have my gaming thing that I like to do.
He spends way too much time on his game system to get away from the real problems we have in our home.
I have the potential to make hundreds of $1,000s and provide a better life for us.
He's just completely changed into an unmotivated, life-lacking person. It's just like he feels like he has me. He doesn't have to do anything for me. I'm not gonna stay and settle for that. I don't deserve it.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Jay Melendez and Ricky Lopez. The two of you have been together for 12 years, married for 8 years, and you have one child together. You say your marriage is in trouble, and you've come here to seek my advice and assistance. So, Ms. Melendez, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and how we got here today?
Well, Your Honor, me and Ricky, we met when we were in high school. He was a typical bad boy that, you know, my parents warned me about and said, you know, we don't want you with a guy like him. He ended up being my high school sweetheart. We got married when I was 19 years old. I pretty much was infatuated with the fact of, you know, I wanted to have a family and just do the American dream. And I made Ricky marry me. I told him, if you don't marry me, I don't want to be with you. Like, I want marriage. So.
Weren't you scared?
So, you know, I did put that on a relationship, and we went serious way too fast. Now, seeing the time frame that we've been together, growing into the adult that I've grown into, I see my life is kind of, I want different things. I've grown into a completely different person, and, you know, he's not cutting it for me right now. He's in trouble.
Okay. Mr. Lopez, you're not cutting it. That's what she says. What do you believe is wrong with your relationship?
I feel like the things she complains about are not as big of a deal as she makes it out to be.
Hang on. What does she complain about?
Like, she mostly complains that I play my game too much.
How much do you
Your
play?
Honor.
Stop. You will not interrupt me in here.
I feel like, I play a few hours a night when I get home from work.
A few. How many is a few? A few to me is like 2.
8 to midnight, 3 or 4.
He's lying.
3 or 4 hours. What do you say is the amount of time he spends on the game every day?
He spends a good 7 hours plus on his game.
Every day?
Yes.
Do you think that the game has at all sucked you out of the home? Even though you're present, you're not really there?
I mean, yeah, when I'm playing, and, you know, I gotta concentrate, because the reason...
Yeah, he has to concentrate.
The reason we play, I mean, it's not just to play, like, for fun. Like, we're playing to try to win. Like, there's a lot of money on the line that we could win. And
how much have you won so far?
We haven't won anything so far. But, I mean, last year we got into the tournament that if we would have won that tournament, the team takes home $250,000. And it's thousands of teams competing to get into the tournament, and we got there.
How many people are in the tournament?
There's 16 teams of 5 people.
Oh, so you had a 1 in 16 shot of coming away with the $250,000.
Yeah.
$250,000.
And we didn't.
Let me ask you this: do you engage with your wife? Do you engage with your child, or do you simply engage with that game?
I mean, I'm not just always on the game, like how she's saying it. It's impossible. I get off work at 6 o'clock at night. I come home.
So that leaves 2 hours. That's 120 minutes for the family. You really think that's sufficient?
It's not, but I mean.
You don't care?
I do care. And when I'm off on the weekend, like, I'm with them all day too.
On his game.
But, like, she comes home from work and same thing, goes to the gym.
Oh, wait.
Leaves.
That's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Ms. Melendez, you say that you think he's jealous. You gained a lot of weight when you got pregnant.
Yes.
And it seemed that he was trying to keep you heavy to keep you home. Tell me about that.
He sure was. So I gained 100 pounds with my pregnancy. Mind you, I'm 5'2". I looked like a sumo wrestler.
Right.
I was nice and round and right where he wanted me. I, little by little, started educating myself about how important it was because of health issues, how you have to eat healthy, work out, you know, do everything
Oh my!
Yeah.
Look at that.
That was, yeah,
Whoa.
there's a big difference there. So I started educating myself, and I started going back to the gym and losing the weight. I started liking how I was feeling. I was learning different things. I was networking with different people. It was...
So what was his response to that?
He was just on his game. Like, you know, I'm proud of you. Like, wow, you know, you inspire me. Nothing. Like, he's just sucked into this
Does
game.
it bother him? My understanding is that you post pictures of your body a lot and that
I
you're
do.
out there and that, you know, you're doing something with it. And you say that he doesn't like it. Explain to me what he expresses to you about your activities.
He says that I'm craving attention too much. He calls me an attention whore. And he tells me that the reason why I post those pictures is just so that I can date guys and get guys.
Mr. Lopez, what do you have to say about that? Are you jealous? Are you worried about those pictures?
It's not being jealous. Like, I supported her through the whole weight loss. I used to go to the gym with her and everything, and I like to go lift weights. She would complain that since I don't want to do the Stairmaster for an hour, that I'm just there to watch her and keep tabs on her. When that's not true, I'm just on the other side lifting my weights.
Are
you concerned about her picture taking? Do you find that?
Because there's a lot of guys on there posting, you know, sexual comments towards her, and I don't like it. So what does she do? She blocks me so I can't see any of it.
Ms. Melendez, is that accurate?
I did. I blocked him on all of my social media to avoid the drama, to avoid the negative comments he gives me. It's almost like he mentally and physically, he wants to have control of every aspect of my life. But when I submit to him and I'm home and I make myself readily available, he's on his game and he doesn't care.
What other things does he try to control? Because I haven't heard controlling yet.
He sabotaged I was gonna do a fitness competition, and he sabotaged the fitness competition. I had to drop out of it.
Why?
He was offering me cheesecake and cheese fries, and he knows that I like bad food. Like, you do not offer someone who is on a strict diet cheesecake and cheese fries.
Was she trying to do a bodybuilding thing and you gave her cheesecake?
She was trying to, but I wasn't every day like, do you want this? As she's saying
Every
it.
day. You can check his bank statement. The majority of his purchases are fast food.
Most of his purchases are fast food?
Oh, yes.
Do you cook at home?
Yes, for
Nope.
myself.
For herself.
For myself
cook
and my
for him?
daughter. No. I'll cook healthy for him and he'll order pizza at the end of the night.
Oh, that's not what he wants. He wants to order fast food.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I want
the good
real
stuff.
food, not rice
Okay.
and chicken every night.
See?
Rice and chicken is real food, you know.
Yeah, but every single night, same thing.
Every single night,
See?
rice and chicken. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the gaming because I understand it's a real source of contention, so much so that you've broken his gaming system 4 times.
Yes. Your Honor, his attention to this game has made me feel alone in our marriage. It has made me feel like a single parent. I'm constantly just going through the everyday motion with him just there.
My understanding, Ms. Melendez, is you have become so exasperated with him and that gaming system, you've broken it 4 times. Explain that to me.
4 times. Every time he's in the zone on his game and I ask him to get up and do something for me, whether I need the garbage taken out or a dish washed, hold on, 5 more minutes. 5 minutes turns into 2 hours. So I've gotten up and I've snatched the game right out of the TV console and I threw it on the floor 4 times.
Mr. Lopez, is that accurate?
Yes.
And your response to that would be what?
There's nothing I can really do about it.
Right.
I'm smarter than that. Like, I won't break her stuff.
Yeah, right,
because I know
right.
she's just gonna have to buy it again.
Right.
And she doesn't think like that. So each time she's broken my game, I've literally gone to the store and had to buy another one.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Do you see her level of frustration? Do you see at all that she's trying to engage with you and you're not available?
I do.
Do you think that's something you need to address? Because my understanding is she's always giving you excuses for not having sex.
Yes.
Mr. Lopez, let me tell you why you're not getting any. You're not getting any because you can't ignore a woman all day long like she's not there and then have her hot for you at night. Our brains don't work like that. You have to show us love and affection during the day so we feel like we are a part of your life and a part of you, because sex is not compartmentalized like that for us. You have to actually show up right before you want the good thing.
But I mean, even like if I try to spend time with her, like after work,
20 minutes.
she'll tell me, "Oh, you're just gonna go get on your game. Why are you trying to be by me now?" So it's like she wants it to be all her, and I don't get to play the game at all. If not, then
So
she's not happy.
there's no one night during the week. Oh, baby, I'm gonna put that down. Let's.
I don't play every night.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes,
No,
you
I
do.
don't.
He is lying.
I haven't played
He's
in
lying.
I haven't played in 3 days.
You played Pokemon today.
That's on my phone.
If he doesn't play his console, he plays different. He finds a way on his phone to have
A
games on
game
his
to
phone.
concentrate
Yes.
on.
And it's completely ignoring me.
Yeah, Mr. Lopez, do you think you're an interesting dude? Do you think you're like if I were to go to your house and you were doing what you normally do, would you be interesting?
I'm interesting to the people who like watching.
You're interesting. You're interesting to people who are interested in the same things you're interested
pretty
in.
much.
But you're not interesting to anybody else.
No, not that I know of.
Yeah. You need to be interesting to your wife. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I got you.
Your Honor.
Ms. Melendez, I believe I'm going to talk to you, and I want you to tell me how his estrangement has affected you and what you believe it's making you do.
Well, there's men that are out there that want to wine and dine me. I feel like if I am not getting the attention at home or if I'm not being taken out how I deserve to be, I can give my time to someone who appreciates it.
Ms. Melendez, what is his attention to the game? How has it made you feel, and what has it made you do?
Your Honor, his attention to this game has made me feel alone in our marriage. It has made me feel like a single parent. I'm constantly just going through the everyday motion with him just there. I honestly have stepped out of my relationship and I've cheated on him.
Mr. Lopez, did you know that?
I did not.
Can you tell me what the nature of the cheat was?
Well, there's men that are out there that want to wine and dine me. I feel like if I am not getting the attention at home or if I'm not being taken out how I deserve to be, I can give my time to someone who appreciates it.
Are we talking numbers? Are we talking more than one guy?
2 guys.
2 guys.
Different occasions.
Different occasions, 2 guys. Have these encounters been sexual in nature?
Yes.
Are you currently seeing one of them?
No, Your Honor, I don't have an emotional attachment because of the hopes and dreams that I have that Ricky's gonna change. But if at this point he's not willing to change and to work our marriage out and forgive me for the damage that he's done, I have to walk away. Did you at least use protection? Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Don't say of course, because this is divorce court. I done been in here with more great babies. You know, I just saw her one time, and now I'm her daddy, you know. So, now, Mr. Lopez, I'm going to give you a minute. Do you think you can overcome? This is a save my marriage. Do you think your marriage is savable given this information?
I don't even know.
Are you surprised by it?
I mean, not really, sadly.
Because I
It's
have
exactly
cheated on
like
him
what I
before.
said.
Stop.
Exactly like what I've said. The whole doesn't want me on her social media, acting like she's single, and that
I don't
stuff.
act
So you were seeing signs of it, is what you're
That
saying.
stuff I accuse her of, and she tells me I'm crazy and that I'm trying to control her when she won't have sex with me, but she'll do it with a random guy because he takes her out for dinner.
No, Your Honor.
But there's no emotional attachment. But for me, it won't happen because
There's no emotional
yeah.
connection. I'm with you. What do you have to say?
How many years has he been on this game, putting me through this? How many years have I waited? How much longer do I have to give him? How many more chances do I have to give him before for him to realize that I'm just done? Like,
are you done? Do you have an ultimatum here today? Is there something that you must have in order for this relationship to continue?
I need his full attention. I need him to work on our marriage and leave the game alone. And if he's not willing to do that, then we have to just call this quits because it's not going to work out.
Mr. Lopez, are there any compromises you're willing to make with respect to that game?
I've told her before that if she got off her social media and gave up on that whole thing, that I would stop playing my game.
He's asking
I'm not
me-
gonna give up my goal
Please.
of what I want to do, my dream, and let
Do
her
you
do
want her to
hers.
stop doing that just because it feels more fair? That if I got to stop my stuff, you got to stop your stuff?
Yeah.
Or is that? Well, that's just silly. And
But why
you
should-
just wrong, huh? I'll tell you why it's silly, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. You guys got married too young. I honestly believe that. Ms. Melendez, when you get married to somebody, that marriage that you want, you need to honor that. And I don't care if he's not paying attention to you or not. There is no excuse for stepping out on him like that. You don't want to be married to him. You bop on down to the courthouse and you file for divorce, but you have absolutely no right to stick your foot outside of that marriage and find comfort elsewhere. Mr. Lopez, you caused that. It wasn't right.
She's done it before as well.
But I understand that. But if you're going to be married, you have to engage in that marriage. The marriage will wilt and die if you do not feed it. You are not feeding the marriage. You're working and you're doing the game, and she's kind of in an orbit around you, but you're not really participating in the marriage with her. So that's why she's doing it. The thing about, well, I'll get off my game if you get off Facebook, that's just silly. That's a child's point of view. If the social media is taking her away from the family for a substantial period of time, then both of you do need to stop. But it's just like, if I can't do what I want to do, you can't do what you want to do. What you have to do is everything in moderation. It's not like I give it up. It's like maybe it's an hour of my day. Maybe it's a couple of hours on the weekend, but you got to actually be a husband and a father. You know what I mean? It's not... You actually have to be a husband and a father. Yes, there is some pie in the sky potential for this thing to be a moneymaker, but it's very few that make it. And if you didn't know what it was to be a husband because you were 19 when you got married. And part of that's a function of the fact that you gave him an ultimatum. You should have said no. But that's what happened when you marry a 19-year-old boy. So when he doesn't progress into manhood, that's kind of where he's stuck. So I will say that. But I say now that you're here, now that you're married, now that you're grown, you need to respond in a grown manner. Whether or not you can forgive her, I don't know. And Ms. Melendez, whether or not he can give up the game, I don't know. But I think you both need to step up your game as far as maturity is concerned and at least see a marriage counselor on behalf of that child, so no matter what happens in the next chapter of your life, you can conduct it with some kind of sense of saneness and rationality. All right? I wish you the best. This matter is adjourned.
I don't feel sorry for the actions that I've taken because he did provoke me. As a woman, I'm not going to sit home and twiddle my thumbs and hope that this guy changes when I've been stuck in the same situation for years. Something's got to give, and if that didn't do it for him, then I don't know what will.
I'm not really sure if she can be faithful or not moving forward, but all I can do is do my best to be good to her and treat her good and hope that I could trust her.